I'm Ellie Blackburn.
And I'm Bonnie Toogood.
And this is
Off the Leash.
Proudly brought to you by the Pancake Parlour.
Lovely.
So we're back for another episode of Off the Leash.
Proudly.
Brought to you by the Pancake Parlour.
Lovely.
Lovely. Bon, we've got another special guest in. We've got a lot to talk about with this particular person, and we're going to dive into a bit about them and obviously a bit about the game this weekend and where we sit, and obviously the game from last weekend too. So let's dive into that. But first, an intro.
An intro. This is where I shine. So this week's guest is one of a kind. The moment she stepped into the club, she has been an absolute breath of fresh air, radiating positivity, has an infectious smile and is wise beyond her years. Her footy skills are just as spectacular. She is one of the women that has gone through the pathway and has been drafted as a pure footballer. She played in the Yarra Junior Football League, amassing 55 games with her team. That's pretty awesome. She won the league best and fairest in under 15s division. Girls, that's another achievement for her. She played for the Northern Knights in the NAB League and won a cheeky best on ground in a grand final. So
of course she did.
Put another one against her name.
Yep.
In 2020, prior to the pandemic, she was playing for the Northern Knights and was appointed co-captain, so a leader as well.
Yeah, we love that.
Selected as the number two selection, in the national draft. Debuted round 1 2021 against St Kilda. The following week whipped out a double cobra to score herself a Rising Star nomination.
Beautiful moment.
Amongst all this footy, she dabbled in the basketball life as well. Other things that you should know about our guest is that she's a marvellous poet and she knows it.
Nice.
Loves musicals. After this whole footy thing, you'll find her on Broadway. She loves Friends, the TV show, and she'll be the first to tell you that Ross is her favourite character and extremely underrated. And we welcome Jessica Fitzgerald.
Woo! Welcome, Fitzy.
Thank you. Super happy to be here, guys.
I did think you were doing a little bit of a tribute almost to Fitzy then, and trying to be poetic. Like there was parts...
Were there moments where it sounded like it?
Yeah, there was definitely moments where, like, even the way you were expressing it and articulating what you were saying, it was just... I don't know, I'd love to know your point of view.
In the presence of the one and only.
To be honest, I was just like, I didn't even know half that stuff about myself, so I was just sort of like, oh.
Well.
So it wasn't really listening to your expression, but
I think
sure
you
could be
should just do
poet.
a quick Google and you'll find it out.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I don't really Google myself.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever?
I mean, once when someone said it said 176 centimetres, and I'm like, I'm definitely not that tall.
I did see that, and I was like, wait, I'm 6'7".
I'm like in the 50s.
I literally, when I was doing the research, I was like, wait, I had to think about my height, and then when I see you, I'm like, wait, no, I'm a fair bit taller than her. I don't know how she's 1 centimetre shorter than me.
Yeah. Real deception there.
I'll talk to Wikipedia and make them change it.
Please do.
You can just change it yourself on Wikipedia, can't you? Is that a thing?
Yes.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I've never tried.
Maybe after this we'll try and we'll let the people at home know.
Okay.
How are you, Fitz?
I'm great. Happy to be here. And I was saying that this room is not what I thought it was, because I'd like to watch it on YouTube, and yeah, I just wasn't expecting it, but it's lovely.
What, a bit messier than you thought?
No, I just thought it was going to be really big, but it's not that big.
No, it's a nice room out here at Whitten Oval. Yeah, in the little studio.
Yeah, like our props and stuff like that. I really don't know why I'm holding this, so...
Never know when you need one.
Holding a tennis, what is it? Table tennis bat. So I'll put that down.
What are you going to do?
No, I don't
Crazy.
know. Anyway, Fitz, thanks for joining us and coming aboard. On board the podcast. Well, we've started really well here, haven't we?
Oh, probably one of our best intros. But
yeah. Fitzy, it's great to have you on board, mate, and we're ready to dive in a little bit more about your life. And obviously, I really want to dive into the Broadway stuff and know which musical we'd be watching you at or watching
That's
you on.
That's a great question, first one. Yep.
Isn't it? I mean, we don't have to dive into it straight away, but we can work our way there if you'd like.
Perfect.
Unless you have an answer. You can think about it.
I don't have an answer. Maybe I'd write my own.
You would. She would write her own.
She actually would.
You would write your own musical and be the star.
Oh my God.
You'd write, direct and star in your own musical.
It would just be a one-woman play, I think.
Oh,
I actually can see it now.
Actually-
can you quit this footy now, please, and start?
before we go any further, guys,
Yeah.
speaking of musicals and being a star role in it, I would love to be a star role because my other career path in Neighbours
Oh, yes.
she has to div that in, didn't she?
no longer.
Every training.
Hey guys, I know you might recognise me from Neighbours in
Yes,
my one
yes, yes.
episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it's obviously sad news. So I have time to
Yeah, okay, cool.
jump on your
Maybe you'll,
Broadway
yeah.
musical. Cool.
Okay, you'll be have a little
I'll be a
cameo
tree in the
there.
background
Oh,
or something like
perfect
that.
tree. And cloud.
Oh, thank you so much. I love clouds.
Oh gosh, let's check in about the weekend's game. First win. Woo! How
Party.
good. Great to get a first win, Fitz. What was that?
100%. I mean, I'd missed winning.
Yes. It'd been a long time, just like a long time between drinks because it's such a big time between we play, you know?
Yeah.
So
100%. But no, I loved it and loved our little celebration afterwards. Won't go too much into it, but
no.
Yeah, no.
That's
in the
just
vault.
for us.
That's the vault.
just for us.
But crab celebration. What was your thoughts on it?
I loved it. I was a bit disappointed in Nellie Fish. Obviously, just got caught up in the moment. She didn't actually do it. And I was like, where are your crabs?
Yeah.
I have spoken to her about celebrations
good.
before, and she said she gets quite awkward.
She does.
She's like, I just
Yeah.
don't know what to do in the moment. And
Yeah,
I was
it's a
like,
fair point.
Coming from you, and
Yeah.
celebrations are a big part of your time with the double cobras. Yes.
Yeah,
So I feel like the crab could naturally work into your cobra.
I think
Yeah.
so. I
It's-
think so.
Like you can do a cobra and then roll into a
crab.
A crab.
Yes.
But I also think we need to get better at the way we're doing the crab.
Yeah.
As
What
well.
would you
I have a
suggest?
few, yeah.
What would you
Pieces
suggest?
of
You can
advice
pass
for
on the feedback.
Is it from mine?
Yeah, yours
Okay.
was a bit like, when I was watching it, I even knew it was crabs, but I was like, oh, maybe she's telling the crowd to like
Yes.
shush.
You
like-
know what? Upon reflection and watching the video back, I was like, does this look like I'm trying to shush someone up or something? Like, no, don't back
Quieting the haters.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to be a crab. My pincers are a bit at a funny angle.
So I think it needs to be either like sideways or like with
Yeah,
fingers.
I think it needs to be like this almost, and then you need to do like the side shuffle with it. Maybe that's an added layer.
Okay.
Maybe not. Okay, we won't do that.
Okay, so if any of us kick a goal against Adelaide this weekend, we can workshop it, okay?
Okay. No, when we all
When
When
we.
we. Yes,
Correct.
please. Use the correct terminology.
Yeah.
My apologies. We do have to give credit to Gabby Newton as well as Woody too. Apparently she was heavy in finding that
In the
video.
crowd? Okay,
but
cool.
then actually Gabby performing for us was
game changer.
really was just the selling
Best way.
point.
Mm-hmm. Like it was
Summed it up.
identical to the thing. Although
Yeah.
I did think that the animation, like, I didn't know it was an animated thing. I thought it was going to be like a real crabs.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. It was.
But
Plot
the
twist,
animation
hey.
was
Oh,
better.
no. Animation was great. I loved it.
Animation was okay. Gabby's was
Oh, Gabby's was the
Oh
best one
yeah,
for me.
Gabby Broadway. She's
Broadway
she's in the
is-
musical.
Okay, maybe it's
She can be the sun.
We can be the. All right. It'll just be us four, like no one else.
Yeah.
Because it's gone from 1 to 4, so I feel like that's.
Can you
the
work with
cutoff.
4?
Yeah.
We can make it work.
Absolutely.
We can make it work. Beautiful. All right, let's dive into your footy career a bit more. Fitz, talk junior footy with us.
Yeah, well, I did Auskick, little kid down the road from my house, just had to walk down the street and there's the oval. And then did a bit of footy with the boys, under 9s, 10s and 11s. And then,
Where was that at?
Bundura Park, Thunderbolts.
Ooh,
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah. I was a bit of a beast back then.
Oh,
Yeah, not gonna
giving the
lie.
boys a run for their
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
Of course you were.
Could imagine.
Yes, yes.
And then won a premiership with them, so I was like, I'll finish it here, hang up the boots.
What age group was that at?
I think under 11s,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Cause
That's
then,
when you can't play with them with
Yeah,
the boys anymore,
it
is
was
it?
sort of like you can't play. But also, I was like, I'm making the WNBA.
I'm glad we're
Never
talking
a
about
spanner
this.
there.
So you're like, you want to go to America?
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to be like Lauren Jackson.
Right. Yeah. Height.
The height.
Not so
just
much.
coming from you, yes.
So
I was dreaming big.
let's talk through this. So you were playing junior footy with the boys, with the Thunderbolts,
Yep.
up until the under 11s.
Correct.
Won a premiership. It's like, achieved everything I've needed to in the footy.
Basically.
I'm going to go play in the WNBA.
Yep.
At
Well, I
11.
wasn't just going to... No, I was like, okay, 1, I can't play footy anymore. 2, basketball is my dream. So I was, going to work my way up the pathway, but didn't get very far.
Where did you get to?
I represented Vic a couple of times, but
Didn't get far though.
like I was never going to get picked in any other teams. It was one, I was too short and wasn't as good as the rest.
What was your position in
Point guard.
point guard?
Point guard,
of course you
yeah.
were.
The only one
At least you could
available
use
for me,
your
pretty
height.
much. Yeah.
Were you a shooter? Like,
No, not really. I was more of a defender.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not that there's like roles in basketball, but
yeah.
if they were like, we want you to lock her down, I was like, cool.
Watch me work.
Put me in. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch out at WNBA. So you got to the Vic teams, and then was it because you weren't getting picked for higher teams that you're like, no more basketball, or when did you go back to footy?
No, I juggled the two a lot. So when I was, I think it was under 14s for footy, I went down with a mate. I was actually having a sleepover at her house, and I wasn't going to play footy. She had a training, and I was like, oh, I may as well just join in. And then I was like, Mum, I'm playing footy. And she was like,
I'm back.
no.
I'm back, and I'm going to
It was
bring
a bit of an argument.
success with
Yeah. And then, so under 14s, I played in the girls' league for St Mary's in Greensborough, and then, juggled basketball and footy until my draft year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. So a lot of driving around for your parents?
Actually,
oh, here we go.
We for like a year and a half or something, like I trained at the same place for both footy and basketball. And
When
it was
does
right
that
near my
happen?
house, so Parade College was like over my back fence, and then
That is
I would
ideal.
walk there and then run off like with half an hour left of footy training and run in and change into my basketball gear and train for basketball. So it worked out pretty well.
Because normally with basketball, you can venture. You can go
For the games,
around.
I mean, we did. But
but for training still.
training, it
that's
was
still
just in my backyard.
perfect. But I've heard from this basketball world, you could be
Yep.
all over Victoria.
Yep.
Some-
But that was the fun of it as well. Like you would carpool with your mates and like 2-hour travel, and then you'd lose and come home and be like, oh, it sucks.
That does.
I'm sure there are a few wins
There
in
was
there.
a few wins, yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Did you? So I know you and Gabby went to America to check out some colleges.
Oh,
or-
I mean, I personally wasn't there for college. I was just there for Disneyland and stuff.
Harry Potter world.
I'm not a fan of Harry Potter.
Oh,
Sorry to break it to you.
All right, we're done for today.
I've watched them. I'm just like, I wouldn't be like, oh, I want to watch Harry Potter today.
Okay.
But if it was
Okay.
on, I wouldn't be like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Just not an app.
Don't tell many people that.
Yeah, I've made that
Oh,
mistake.
We're going to have to edit this out of the podcast.
Receive some hate.
So what were you doing in America? So like, did you actually look at colleges and...
Well, we visited colleges because some of the people on the trip, we went in our top age 18. Oh, no, bottom age 18. Gabby was top age. And yeah, it was sort of just like a America USA trip. And we went around to some colleges, and some of the people who wanted a career in basketball, they would suss them out. But I was like, just there for the locker rooms and like, what, this is cool. I
just
never
gonna be a
wanted to go.
tourist.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though, to have that opportunity to go over there and suss it all out.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
What were some of the colleges?
Sorry. We went to Davidson, which I think is where Steph Curry went. I don't know. I don't even watch basketball. I'm actually shocking. I'm like a fake
Well, I'm glad
fan.
you didn't end up in basketball.
Yeah.
No, same.
I know.
Me too.
Oh God, you're gonna be testing me. I feel like it was a few years ago.
We can move on. That's okay.
Move on. I've got all the merch. I pretend I like
All right.
know all them.
Every training session has to be one bit of merch different. Like
Okay.
so
Done.
we figure it out.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, mate, that's so good. And obviously being a tourist, going to the States and having a look at that stuff, that would have been fun.
Yeah, it was grouse. But it didn't compare to like Six Flags and Disneyland for me. I was like in heaven when I was there. Seriously, oh my God.
Was there a favourite attraction at Disneyland?
Well, Gabby isn't really a fan of like rides and stuff, which I was like, oh, this is a bummer. So I sort of ventured off without her for a lot of it. But then we both went on the teacups, and I still have this video which I watch like all the time, and we're just like spinning on the teacups, and it was so good.
Not
You'll
like
have to send that
not
through.
like the most dangerous roller coaster ever.
No,
It's
I
like
mean,
the teacups.
That
yes.
was great, but like Gabby wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always
So-
better with friends.
Exactly.
Nice.
So after all of this, when did you come back to footy and when you were like, I want to play at the highest level?
Yeah, so in my top age, I finished off my top age 18s year, so my junior basketball career, and then I was like, look, probably not getting any further. And then the next year was my draft year, so I just thought I'll focus in on footy. Just did footy for the year, but then obviously COVID hit, so I only played 3 games.
You starred in those games though, which is...
What?
You starred in those games.
Oh, thank you.
Had some tackles and disposals, and
Yeah.
I looked at the stats. It was very good. Good on you.
You did some things that footballers do. It was really good.
So, well done. You know how to
Put
play.
your jumper on, you wore footy boots. It was great.
So from there I pretty much just dialed in on footy, and here I am.
What was it like with, playing those 3 games and knowing you were going into your draft year and then the pandemic hitting? What was that like?
I sort of thought to myself, okay, not getting drafted now, because I didn't think I'd done enough. And then when we only got to play 3 games, I was like, now I don't get to show them what I've got. But obviously they don't just look at that year, they look for years before that. And I had the pleasure of playing under Berkey and Vic Metro, which was pretty handy as well. But yeah, that was pretty much what I was thinking. Not going anywhere.
Stressful time.
I was like, back to
Damn.
WNBA.
Maybe this basketball career is going to take off. But in saying that, you're obviously really good mates with Gabby Newton. Yes. And so you were there for Gabby's debut.
I was.
And sign up in the air, and you were going absolutely AWOL. Yeah. And I was walking out, and I wasn't too far away from the commotion that was happening. And I just remember thinking, what is happening? How does Gabby have this much of a support crew for round 1? Mm-hmm. And it was you.
It was. Yep.
There's an iconic photo.
I was just one person, but there was a lot of her family.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously played with Gabs through Northern Nights and whatever, so watched her sort of journey to the draft, and then I was so stoked. I was like, this is unreal. And it was sort of the moment when I realised that I can probably do this as well. This is a possibility for me too. And then it just so happened that the next year I was in her team and running out of the exact same venue against the same team, which was pretty wild. But that was so fun. I didn't think that she was actually going to see me with my sign.
She saw you.
Yeah, I was yelling so loud, and she almost got past me, and then at the last second she saw, and then just came up to me, and I got a little bit scared.
I hope we can get that photo so we can post it on our socials.
Yeah, it's a great
when Gabby realizes that it's you, and it's.
I think I've got it. So.
Oh, great! Send it through.
Okay.
But it's an iconic photo, and it's amazing. Did you guys talk about? I don't know. Leading up to your debut, it was at the same venue against St Kilda round 1. Did you guys talk about it? That was.
No.
How did you feel that it was you literally were following kind of the same line as Gab?
I don't think I thought about it until afterwards, and I don't think I talked to Gabby about it either, if I'm honest.
Maybe you guys should. That would be a nice moment to reflect on that at some stage.
Yes. No, I didn't think about it until afterwards, and then my family had signs for me, and then I did the exact same thing. I didn't see them until the end, and I was like, whoa, this is an identical moment, but I'm on the other side, which is so weird.
Yeah. And now let's talk about the Fitzy bandwagon.
Yes.
Because they travel far and wide.
Oh, they do.
And they always have signs. And they're dressed fully in kit.
Yeah.
I remember, was it one of your first sessions here, and you ended up getting bags of merch to take home?
Oh, God.
Thanks, Mum.
I'm glad we can call her out, Melissa, if you're listening.
She will be.
Yeah,
Melissa will be
She'll
listening.
be the first one.
Maybe we should pause and do a quick scare on camera for her. We'll dive into that.
I love the way you think. But Mum, still, even last week I had, I don't know if you guys saw the big, packet of merch that I got, and I'm this is so embarrassing. Oh my God. It's always, every week it's something new. Anyway, they all got new 90s. So I think they're just really...
Western Bulldogs 90s.
Yeah, they're just oversized T-shirts, I think, but they've all got them now.
New 90s.
Because they all...
So will they wear them to the game, or...?
No, so they all travel... So in Sydney, we played on the Friday, but we're meant to play on the Saturday. Is that right? Yeah. Or the Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay, so they were meant to be going up and then coming back straight away. But then the game got changed to Friday, so 4 of my best mates, my mum, my auntie and my cousin, went up on the Friday, and then they didn't come back till the Sunday. So they were just living it up in Sydney without me, sending me pictures and videos and like having the
So
best
funny.
time. And I'm like, oh, the biggest FOMO.
FOMO was real.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was heartbroken. But they all decided that they wanted 90s for the next time that they go interstate.
They bought 90s because they spent a weekend in Sydney.
And Mum ordered them to my locker, so it was like. But she got me one. I think she just like didn't
want you to have FOMO.
That's so
That's
lovely.
awesome, the support though.
Mm.
Like,
I
it must
love it.
mean so much to you to have that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I know. And in Tassie last year, they actually surprised me. They were like, nah, not coming. I was like, oh, no stress. Like, I didn't expect them to come interstate. And then running out, I just hear like, go Fitzy! And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, rubbing my eyes. I'm like, oh my God, that's them. And I got,
They
yeah.
owned that
And then
whole
you cried.
farting
And then I cried.
of happiness.
Happiness. Yes, of happiness.
Yes. What else?
Imagine if you were crying because you were sad to see your family travel.
Okay, I said something silly, all right? Don't get off my back.
Now, Fitzy, speaking of your mum, and obviously she's a great support of
Yep.
you, and she comes to a lot of functions and stuff like that. She was there at the AFLW Best and Fairest last year, and she was enjoying a quiet glass of wine and having a real night with the girls.
Oh my God.
She was
Is that Susan Alberti? Yes, Mum. Yes. Jess, can you come take a photo of me and Susan Alberti? Yes, Mum.
Thanks, Mum.
Was she wearing her hiking boots, her snow boots?
No,
they're funny.
she put them away for the night.
Oh, bless
They
her.
were iconic. We rock up to a VFL match. And I was like, oh, look, there are the pants. Oh, there's Melissa. Why is she wearing snow boots?
It's a bit warm.
Yeah, I don't know.
We love her.
Yeah, we do.
But Instagram stories, a lot of scaring is
Yep.
happening in
Yep.
your household, mate. Why are you continually scaring your mum and putting her through the absolute ringer, mate? The poor thing.
Oh, that's what the fans want. No,
I've got to
seriously.
give them what they
The
want.
amount of like replies I get to those is insane.
It's my favourite.
Yeah.
Whenever I see it pop up that you've put up a story, I'm like, oh, yes. This is going to be
Scared her
so
mum.
good.
She scared her again.
But like, to be honest, she's actually a really good sport. Like, she doesn't get mad
To her
at me.
credit.
Yeah, she doesn't get mad. And one day, like, I think it was probably the last one I did. Like, I genuinely got scared that she was like really gonna have a heart attack or something. And I was like, oh my God, Mum, I'm so sorry. And she's pissing herself. She's like, no, this is great. Like, it's so funny. And then we're laughing for like half an hour afterwards. So she's a really good sport.
She really takes her Instagram to the next level.
Yeah, she does.
Even
She's the
with
main
in,
feature.
even in the pool with
oh
her,
God.
with her hat,
the swimming
her
cap.
pool hat.
So good.
She
I
wanted
love
to
it.
test it out and see if her hair would get wet because she didn't want to wash it for work in the morning. So she put in this. It's like a synchronized swimming cap or
yeah.
something.
Or like florally.
Perfect.
Yeah,
It's
it's got
perfect.
flower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
I love that.
So beautiful.
It's synchronized swimming. Yes. Love it.
So did her hair
Yeah.
get wet?
The back of it got wet, but I don't think she had it on properly, which was her
okay.
problem. But
Has she learnt from her mistakes?
I think she has. I haven't seen it where it
Again.
where it's in, but
Just don't put your head underwater. You'll be right, mate. Anyway, keep up the scares because they're great content for
will.
us and brings lots of laughs. They're my favourite Instagram stories.
They're iconic.
Yes.
I'm so glad.
But we want to dive more into the Cobra.
Oh God.
Cobra.
Yes.
Cobra? Cobra.
I
Cobra.
don't know. What is it?
Cobra.
Cobra?
I think if you say it with confidence.
it is what it is.
It is
Exactly.
Tomato,
what it is.
tomato.
Exactly.
Potato, potato. Ellie.
I was going to say that.
Can we do a sidebar on that? Just for people at home that say, for you, it's Ellie, but it's Ellie.
It is Ellie.
It is
'Cause
Ellie,
'cause
but
it starts
everyone
with an
goes
E.
Ellie, and I'm like, no.
I go
That's
lazy
Ellie
with
an
it.
You even say Ellie.
Yeah, I go lazy with my own name.
Oh,
Anyway.
that's a real shame.
Okay, bring it back.
Anyway.
The double Cobra. Where did it come from?
Mm.
It was iconic when you did it.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And can we also have a demonstration?
Oh, okay. That's a bit much. But I actually have no idea where it comes from because I thought I'd never celebrated. Like, I thought I'd just be like, woo, yeah, gotta go. But in that moment, it just came out. And now,
It
like,
was a lot.
yeah.
It was, but I remember in the moment of that
there
game.
you go. There's my.
Can you please do it? Do it, please.
I'll do it. I'll do it on Sunday.
Do
I'll
it.
do it on Sunday.
Okay, do it on Sunday. She's kicking a goal, so she's got to do it. And then followed with the crab.
Yeah.
But I remember the moment in that game. Sorry, you
Don't mind me.
I want to talk about
Don't
that
mind me.
moment when she
Keep
did
going,
it.
keep
It was her
going,
first
sorry.
goal in AFLW.
It was amazing.
Jeez.
You two were right there.
We were right there, and it was really crucial against Carlton.
It
so
was.
it was a huge moment. So I could see how the adrenaline came, and you're just like, I have to show everyone my muscles right now. Because it was so good.
That's not what was going through my mind.
Well, what was going through your mind then?
I think I got it through the big ones.
You
Yeah. I have no idea what was going on through my mind. No idea.
I think it's a raw beauty of AFLW is
Yeah.
the celebrations. Just love a celebration.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best.
You can't match the adrenaline rush that goes through when it happens.
No.
Because you're for your team. It's very exciting. You've whipped it out too. It's kind of like since then, the double cobra has been a thing.
It's emerged.
Yeah, whether
so
it's a front
glad.
one or like a...
Yeah, you do the quiet like.
And you like the really wide one, like wide.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it, but
Like
Yeah,
if
it's
you had
like,
a shirt on, you'd go...
like when you rip it off, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
You sort of make a W with your arms, like, you know what I mean?
I'm going to be the next poster girl for AFLW.
Exactly.
They're going
That's
to
what
put the
you're trying to
AFL and then use me going like this.
Like
Arnie, if you're listening, please use me in your next post.
What is it? It's like, you know, in how the NBA and WNBA have that like outlined person like doing the shot
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. Like that could be the W one.
You're welcome. This is new
This will
content.
make you lots of money.
Yeah. Yes. Use my image. Yes.
Or use Fitzies.
No, but
okay.
it's not W.
Whatever.
No, use backers. Use backers.
Or use the crab.
I think that's the winner.
Yes. So if we could move on just slightly.
Sure.
I know you love reading
Yes.
and you love a Brene number as
I
well.
do.
And I just wanted to take the time, if we could, maybe just for a couple minutes, just to
Big
talk
shout out
about
to Brene.
Yeah.
about Brene
Come on the
Brown.
podcast, Brene.
Please, we
Please.
love you.
However, like I know you love, quotes.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you do with your quotes that you get from books?
You're cheeky. Yes, I do have a quote journal. I think it's one of my most prized possessions, if I'm honest. So if my house is burning down, I've told you, I'd probably just grab that and run.
Yeah, and don't
And
worry
mum,
about anything
and
else.
the dog and dad.
And mum, dog, then dad.
That's no order.
That's the order you said it in though.
Okay.
Journal, mum, dog, dad.
Okay, how about we just forget the family and just get the journal? Because I don't want them to feel like they're
Yeah,
they're
they'll
not
get themselves
loved.
out.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they've got legs.
Okay, exactly. Yep. Yeah, quote journal. So pretty much if I hear a quote that I like, whether it's I've read it, could be like song lyrics, could be something Berkey says, or could be whatever. I just whack it in there, and it could be like from a show if I find it funny.
Okay, so does the quote journal, like, is it meaningful, serious? Is it like a love quote, a passion quote, motivational?
It's just whatever.
Just
like,
wide range.
if I hear something or read something that
Resonates
like
with you.
resonates, yeah, I'll just jot it down and then can come back to it every now and again when I flick through.
How do you like when you get these good quotes or when you read like books? How do you then implement them in your life, or has there been one quote that you've really like latched onto in recent times?
Oh, there's been a couple, I reckon. Actually, one I ended up getting, like, I didn't get the full quote because it would have been, like, all down my arm, but I got it abbreviated, which is masterpiece / work in progress, which is, the full quote is, you're allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress simultaneously, which, whatever that means to you, it can mean. But for me, it just means, like, today I'm enough and I'm pretty damn cool. But I can still work towards my goals and be better and whatnot, which I love. But also just to bring it back to Brene, because she's a boss.
She is.
Brene, come on the podcast.
Keep saying it.
Fitting in is the opposite of belonging, which I love. I think it's from Daring Greatly. the
Yeah.
book. But yeah, I love that one.
It's in her new one too. She
Yeah, it
mentions
is.
that
Oh,
again.
Atlas.
Talks about
Yeah, I haven't got it
belonging
yet.
and
Yeah.
all that. Oh, amazing.
She's great. Isn't she great?
I think it's such an interesting aspect to like dive into that whole fitting in is not belonging. Like I feel like during school and when you're like growing up, you're like, I just want to be like everyone else and like fit in and like
mold
make
yourself
sure,
to what people are and that type of culture and who your friends are or what your family is, and you've got to try and be like them to fit in, and that's like your way of trying to belong, but it's not true belonging, is it?
Not at all.
I think the funny thing, the timing of when I read it, because I'm pretty sure I was still in year 12, but I'd also just been drafted. So I was like, I had these two different environments. One was school, which I wasn't really a fan of in the end. Yeah. And like everyone is like just the same person. Like they just all become the same. It makes me sick to think about it. And then you come here and like everyone is so unique and like they can just be whoever they want and like, and I just like, when I walked through the doors, I was like, this is where I belong. Whereas when I went to school, I'm like, oh. Not that it was a bad school, like it just like that environment wasn't for me.
Yeah. I think that means the world personally to me, because that's something I'm a massive advocate for, is making sure that everyone is themselves. Like why bother trying to fit a stereotype of a person or a footballer? Like that's not being yourself. We want to see everyone for their own uniqueness and who they are. So to know that that was your experience when you first walked in the doors, oh mate, that means the absolute world to me personally. And it's great that I think it's one of the things I'm most proud of being a part of this football club is that you are who you are, and you're so different to everyone else, and we celebrate everyone for their individuality but coming together as one as well. Like I think it's beautiful that we're a part of this.
Yeah, I love it.
And I think we show that too when we have, you know, our Pride games and then what we put on here at Whitten Oval, and everyone feels accepted. Like it's not just within our program as much as it, you know, flatters us that was your feeling coming into the program. But as a club, I think we have a really good foundation of acceptance and to be who you are, because when you feel like that, and I know this, like I came from netball, which was a very different environment, and my schooling as well, and as soon as I stepped into this footy environment here, like I could just be who I am with no question, that like everyone accepted who I was. I was loud and annoying and very bonny, but it was the first environment that I could really do that in, because it's just so different, especially in netball and my school. Did you find that with basketball? Was basketball different?
I definitely enjoyed the footy environment more than basketball. I think it just got like a little bit like the school environment. Like everyone sort of became the same person in the end, and like it was almost too competitive, because obviously there's not as many spots. You got like starting five and whatever. Whereas footy, like, oh god, I just love it, honestly. Like that's what helped me make my decision, was like I ended up like not having fun at basketball, and then footy I was just loving it. So yeah, as well as I wasn't going to make the WNBA, I enjoyed the environment so much more.
Look, I'm sure there's stories that like football hasn't been their thing, and the environment hasn't suited, but the more I talk to people, it's not the case. Especially obviously we're all very similar here, like we all want to play footy and we love it, but it's a common trend that I hear about, especially women's footy, is that feeling of belonging, and makes that decision so much easier now that we've got a proper pathway to get here.
Yep, it's pretty sick.
It is pretty sick,
It's pretty cool. Oh no, pinch myself moment.
And just Brene Brown books and that journal, mate. I think you're wise beyond your years, just knowing the type of person you are and the conversations we've had, and that the way you carry yourself at footy, the wisdom you have. I feel like you were reincarnated. Is that what it is?
From? Like, yep.
An old
person.
Old soul. An old soul.
You're an old person.
His grandma died and I was like, I just came out of it.
You're like an old
reincarnated.
soul.
Yeah, I love it. Keep going.
I'll take it. I think it's a compliment. I don't know.
But as in, like, you just have so much knowledge and experience, like, and like, you're just so level-headed for someone your age, and your leadership really shines through and things like that. I just like the way you've come into the club, and you know the way you carry yourself here. I feel like you're an old soul. Like it's like you've been here for years, and you've only been here for a couple of years,
Jeez.
really. It's incredible to think of that.
Can we talk about was it in that first game that you played that you decided to give old El Capitano over here a little talking to?
I'm glad you brought that up because now I get to clear it up and like tell my side of the story.
Yeah, go for it.
Which hasn't been
Was she
told
trying to control the narrative?
Fitzy bullied me on the field. It's ridiculous. I went to HR about it.
No. I still remember the moment. Obviously, it was my first game. Like, I remember pretty much everything that happened. But, like, there was a couple of times when Blackers just did rushed kicks when I was like, oh, you've got plenty more time. So I went up to her at quarter time. I'd played 15 minutes in the league. And here I am.
The
I'm
audacity.
like, oi, Skip. Come over here. Good word.
Oi, you get here. I've got something I want to say to you.
And I said, you've got a little bit more time than you think when you get the ball. So just, like, take your time, whatever. And you said thank you that many times. I was like, oh, all right, I'm just going to tell everyone what to do now. No. But yeah, people started like saying that I was like telling you off and stuff. And I was like, oh my God,
what?
never. I know my place.
The art of feedback. Take us back to a Brene number.
Oh my God.
I loved it though, for you to come in your first game. And I feel like people sometimes can be a little bit hesitant to pass me feedback for whatever reason. I take feedback on really well. I actually really love feedback, to be honest, because it helps me be a better person and be a better footballer. And then you saying it to me, though, after playing for 2 minutes, I was like, oh, Fitzy. I'm like, who is this person?
To be fair, it's like what we've been wanting, though. Like, for you to come in and do that.
I know.
Like, it's... Because the reality is you've been through the pathway and you've played a lot of footy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these girls who have been drafted in the past couple of years have played a lot of football in through the NAB League and TAC Cup and all of those things.
Through the Thunderbolts.
The Bolts and winning a premiership. You've got that experience, you know. Like, and it's really
Premiership
important.
player, mate.
You are.
It's welcome, though. That feedback is really welcomed, and I think it's so useful.
a credit to like you guys as leaders and whatever. Like that I came in and you just like made me feel welcome, and I mean everyone welcome that came in, and like no one feels like, oh, it's Blackers, like she's, up here and we're all down here. Like everyone's equal. And I think like if I didn't feel like that, I wouldn't have come up to you and said that. So I think it's a credit to you guys, to be honest.
Thank you. I love that. That's beautiful.
Aww.
We're going to get Fitzy on
so sweet. We say that to everyone when they give us a compliment.
Yeah, I know.
You can come back.
Come back.
Oh my God.
Just comment on our podcast page or something like that. So you
We'll get you on.
Yeah.
You like our show? Here you are. So we've got a game to play this weekend.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yes, we do. Sorry, I thought you meant a game to play.
Now.
We were playing a game or something. We do, against Adelaide.
Maybe later. But yes, footy game against Adelaide on Sunday, Arvo.
Yeah. How good.
We love footy.
We love
We
footy.
do love footy.
How are we feeling, guys?
Ready.
Same. Ready.
Had a taste of winning.
Yes, I was going to say.
So want more.
Yep.
Yes.
How good was it winning? How good was it in the rooms after the game?
Oh my
I mean, we
God.
won't dive into what was happening, but how good was it in the rooms?
It was so good. I just, what comes to mind is when we got in straight away, there was an Essie on the ground with soft drink or whatever, and Twiggy just pulls out a Fanta or something, and she's like, opens up, she's like, oh, that's good. And I was just it's a taste of victory. It was so good.
We're not sipping on our strawberry milk and all that. This is so good.
This is why we win. I do think that 20 minutes after a game, that moment.
It's the fifth quarter.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's a fifth quarter, but it's just there's literally no worries for that 20 minutes of being we just came here and did what we needed to do.
We're on top of the world. Job well done.
Yeah.
Pat on the back, go us. Let's enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it gives you that taste of wanting more. And that's what we want this weekend.
Oh, 100%.
Undefeated Adelaide Crows.
All right. Good on them.
It is what
It's a great
it is, mate.
spot for them to be in, but they haven't played us yet, have they?
Nope.
Not these bull crabs.
Bull crabs.
I had to put it in there
You
just for
did.
funsies.
You did.
Yeah.
It's good though. I'm glad to be back playing another consistent game of footy, and for our team, obviously, to have our season back on track and all that. But coming up to Adelaide, the fly in, fly out, it obviously is a challenge. How do you find it with it?
I think, like, I've heard Berkey say, like, when you have, like, all these obstacles and challenges, like, it makes it more rewarding, like, when you get the job done, which we will on Sunday. But, yeah, I love it. I mean, it's obviously exhausting and it's not ideal, the fly in, fly out situation, but that's what we've got to do, and we're going to go over there and get the job done.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear.
That's what we like to hear. Do you have any pre-game, do you have any superstitions? I'm not too much into superstitions, but do you have anything that's in your preparation that you must do?
Nothing fancy. I always wear 2 pairs of socks.
That's cool.
Yeah, one ankle sock and then the Bulldog sock.
Why?
I have no idea.
Does it give you more grip or something?
Prevent blisters.
No, but maybe. Oh no, I still get blisters actually. So definitely no.
Maybe cause
blisters.
Yeah. No,
blisters.
but I think one time I had a pair of basketball shoes that were too big, so I wore the ankle sock and then the basketball sock
That's cool.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
fill it out a bit, and then I think I've just always worn it.
Yeah, right.
You do you.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's comfy. Love
Good
it.
on you, mate.
That was a good
Yeah,
answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I rock.
I'm so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Masterpiece / work in progress.
Well, Fitzy, thank you so much for bringing so much insight into your life and football and your journaling and all that. But before we go, proudly brought to you by the Pancake Parlour is Off the Leash. And so we've added a new segment, Bon. And we would love the people at home to get involved and answer on the socials. We'll put up a post on our Instagram about this.
Yes.
But if you could answer, and then the winner.
Well, there'll be a winner.
There will be a winner, so we'll pick out a winner
Yes.
on the comment section on our Instagram post. And what will they get, Bon?
A $50 voucher that they can use at any pancake parlour.
At any Pancake Parlour. So we've got Werribee, Doncaster, we got Fountain Gate, and guess what's coming?
Southland.
Southland is coming. It is coming.
You beauty.
ETA? Can you give that? Sorry, that's probably an appropriate question.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Don't
Can't wait.
Soon. It's coming soon. Soon.
I'm just so excited.
It'll be here in the next little bit. So we've literally got a short stack of questions.
And short stacks are two pancakes.
2 pancakes.
So we've got 2 questions for you.
Alrighty.
And we would
Fire
love the
away.
people at home to answer the same questions that Jess Fitzgerald is going to ask for us. And Bonnie, I would love you to answer them as well.
Okay.
I'm going to answer 2 because
We'll all answer.
I love the Pancake Parlour.
Yes, we do here at Off the Leash. All right. We'll start with you with your answer.
I'm nervous.
What is your favourite pancake from the Pancake Parlour?
The choc chip.
Nice, good.
Yep.
Yours?
Mine's a strawberry Duchess.
Nice. Raspberry and rhubarb for me. The R&R.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, look at it. It got the whole lingo and all.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Are you a sweet or savoury number?
What do you reckon?
Sweet.
Correct.
Wow.
10 points.
10 points or Gryffindor. Oh, you don't like Harry Potter.
Stop bringing it up.
What about you?
I'm a sweet person.
Yeah, same. Sweeties.
Yeah, definitely got a sweet tooth. Yes, thank you for... Sorry, I didn't mean to say yes then, but that's how passionate I am about being a sweet tooth. That
concludes the short stack. Thank you very much.
Oh, gosh.
Fitzy, for your time. It's been lovely chatting with you today.
Yes, likewise.
Thank you so much for coming on board and sharing so much. We love having you on board. We love having you as a teammate. We're glad she didn't pursue the career at WNBA,
No.
but
Yeah,
looking
no.
forward to the career.
They're really
in
missing
Broadway.
out.
Close.
Oh, the
Close.
Broadway number I'm excited for.
Oh, yep. We'll get to work on writing that.
Yeah, we will. All right, let's get to it.
You beauty. Thanks for having me, guys. Love
Thanks
yous.
for coming.